out in this world, there are some crazy doomsday preppers.
I'm preparing for a global earthquake.
Not just with their ideas though, but with the things they believe about themselves. Let me explain. There's a show called Doomsday Preppers where they follow 2 or 3 families and see what their survival plans would be during a doomsday apocalyptic situation. And at the end of following them, they rate them on a scale from 0 to 100 on how long they would survive. That in of itself doesn't sound very entertaining, especially if they follow people that know what they're doing. So instead what they do is follow people that are, what's the word? Oh yeah, bat crazy.
They say a voice from the grave is telling them to become preppers or die.
Now I could tell you what some of these people are like, or I could show you. So let's take a trip to Hawaii so you can meet David the Delusional.
44-year-old adventurer David Lakota believes he's uniquely attuned to the mystic forces of nature.
Mystically in tune with nature, huh? I'm sure that besides the believing in healing rocks or that some oils can cure cancer, he's a pretty normal dude. He's definitely not going to be one of those people that claim to have visions or anything like that.
All his life, he says he's been gifted with visions.
Never mind.
But since coming to Hawaii, his visions have been getting darker. Lately, he sees his tropical heaven turning into hell.
I get this feeling that his visions are going to be something that's oddly specific and happens frequently to the islands of Hawaii.
I'm prepping for a catastrophic tsunami.
Maybe I have mystic vision powers. Or maybe these mystic psychic people are just extremely predictable. Bet he didn't predict a pandemic. Now that would be something. But no, David believes that's only a matter of time before a tsunami wreaks havoc on the islands of Hawaii. Because visions. As if Hawaii hasn't been getting pounded like a crack whore for the last 500 years by tsunamis. Now, tsunamis are no joke. They destroy the lives of countless people. But fortunately, because of the times we live in, we have early warning signs, or simple problems have simple solutions. Move. It seems like the logical thing if you're a doomsday prepper. The islands of Hawaii are prone to tsunamis. Simple solution? Move. But David is not a simple man, because David is in tune with nature and has visions.
When we get the tsunami warning, it will usually come the night before in a bad dream, and either wake up right away and hit the trail, or wake up that morning, make an intuitive decision, go or stay. If it's go, we bug out.
Despite David being one of those people that has visions, he's at least smart enough to know that the only thing you can do when facing a tsunami is to bug out. Did you notice though he didn't say I will bug out, he said we will bug out. We gotta meet this poor soul.
There's not many people that I will want to spend time with in a post-catastrophic situation.
I'm sure that not many people want to spend time with you during a post-catastrophic event either, David. So the feeling's mutual. But I didn't need visions to see why.
So I'm bringing Raphael with me.
I feel bad for Raphael. She doesn't realize that David is only one vision away from being told that she needs to birth him a son. But I do gotta give credit where credit is due. Surviving with someone does in fact increase your odds of survival. So while David might be a tad delusional, he's at least not entirely stupid. So let's give him a chance and hear out what his bug out plan is.
David and Raphael are planning their escape route, hiking a forgotten and abandoned trail to seek sanctuary 4,000 feet above sea level, atop Waimea Canyon.
Okay, that's not half bad. Getting 4,000 feet up will definitely get you out of the way of a tsunami without having to leave the island of Hawaii. Let's keep going.
But to reach it as quickly as possible in the event of a tsunami, David plans to ignore warnings to immediately head inland.
What?
Instead, he'll try to outrun the massive wave and paddle 15 miles to a back entrance.
Never mind. David is entirely stupid. Your plan when hearing an early warning sign for a tsunami, or having a vision, is to paddle 15 miles. Not to immediately get to higher altitudes, but to instead get into the ocean and paddle for 15 miles. I'm having a stroke.
To make this trek as quickly as possible, they're bugging out with nothing.
So not only is David delusional, he is completely incapable of comprehending his situation and using his cognitive skills to get him out of that situation. Yeah, this can't get any more worse. It can't get any more worse.
Leaving even their shoes behind and counting on Mother Nature to provide all they'll need.
Apparently, it can get more absurd. But now I get it. Now I understand. David doesn't actually have visions. He's just so stupid, he mistakes his thoughts for visions. Now it makes sense. Because I refuse to believe that Mother Nature, if Mother Nature could be able to gift someone with visions, would gift a man that is so slow. Don't understand why bugging out with nothing is a bad idea? Watch this.
But no sooner do they hit the beach than a slip with the oar jeopardizes David's entire plan.
I was overzealous. I stabbed myself straight into my foot. Worse than I thought.
And that's my point.
David's injury, while seemingly minor, could be fatal if it gets infected.
See, David, we didn't invent shoes for fashion, although why they might be used as fashion statements now. We got tired of stepping in shit and getting our foot stabbed by twigs. So, we invented footwear. Because nothing is more embarrassing than death by twig. And since you have no medical supplies, a simple infection on your foot could easily kill you within about a week. Brilliant thinking. But if you think it's bad now, you're in for a surprise.
Facing a 4,000-foot ascent up the ridge of Waimea Canyon, they collect water for their climb.
When you come to a stream and you want to drink, or you want to fell a tree, pick up a rock, take it home, kill an animal, it's best to first ask.
Ask? What the hell does he think is going to happen? Mother Nature's going to give him a yes or no? Never mind, now I understand. He's using frat boy logic. Because he didn't hear no, it must be a yes.
From the heaven to the earth, from shore to shore, and the mouth to the source, may this water be blessed and all who drink of it. And with time, if you slow your mind down, quiet your mind, you'll begin to hear nature speak to you, and you can actually hear yes, you can hear no.
You gotta love the pop-up text that says experts recommend boiling your water before drinking them. And then the next clip is him drinking the water without boiling it. It's almost as if the legal team over at Doomsday Preppers was like, please don't do what he does. We don't want to be sued. And there's a whole bunch of these notes throughout the episode. Like when they eat from an unknown plant. And his advice to let you know if it's safe or not to eat from this unknown plant is to ask. Not an expert, Mother Nature. Which again prompts the legal team over at Doomsday Preppers to let you know what you actually should do and to not listen to him. Now, while David might see himself as a wilderness expert, his knowledge consists of...
My experience is when it tastes this good, it is good. I have no idea what they are.
Yeah, but you know what else tastes good? Antifreeze fluid. But I'm not going to be drinking me a heaping glass of antifreeze fluid, because it'll kill me. David, though, has an explanation for why he believes the things he believes. So let's give him a chance to explain it.
The body is an antenna and is directly connected to the entire rest of the universe. The body knows, and this is proven science.
Yeah, I don't think it is, David.
Mother Nature, is it best I eat these? It's like, yes. I have no idea what they are.
Now at this point, they're still hiking up the trail, and they're starting to run out of water. Because they didn't bring any supplies with them. But David, he's watched 127 hours and knows exactly what he needs to do.
And I knew we were going to run out of water after that last drinking hole, so I'm going to do the standard urine therapy. This may be the only water we have to the top of the mountain. If we don't find any other water, this is what we'll use as a backup.
Don't do it, David.
The first one's always tough.
Ugh. Disgusting. Even Raphael is starting to really question if she should have went on the show with him. And he's still swigging down his jaundice-colored piss. I mean, just look at how yellow it is. David, drink some water. Your piss is so yellow at this point, it could be considered a minority. Oh, yep, and there's another text pop-up, courtesy of the legal team over at Doomsday Preppers, that says, don't drink pee. It can make you dehydrated and kill you faster. On the other hand, delusional David is saying it could just save your life.
This stuff can save your life when there's nothing else.
I'm sorry, David, but your pee is so yellow, I'm inclined to trust the experts on this one.
They now face their greatest hurdle, a grueling climb, several hundred feet, nearly straight up.
There's no route. This is where I fear that we could easily lose our lives, and this is the most difficult, dangerous part of the journey.
So let me get this straight. They've gone off trail, brought no gear with them, are climbing hundreds of feet nearly straight up, and in David's own words, we could easily lose our lives. It sounds like bugging out is far more likely to kill them than just staying at home during a tsunami.
After several hours of climbing, David and Raphael finally reached the summit.
And now that they are 4,000 feet up, taking in the beautiful Hawaiian view, they come to realize that David is a dumbass. But I am no survival expert. Maybe he has some footing here and knows what he's doing. So let's see what the experts have to say.
While Hawaii has abundant water sources, you need to look into methods of purifying the water you find. Your assumptions about what water is safe to drink could get you killed.
Well, I'll agree with that. Give that water positive thoughts, bless it, clear it, charge it, use intuition, don't drink it till you know. I'll do both.
No, David, don't do both. Just boil the damn water.
You also need to better study the island's plant life, or you could poison yourself.
Unlikely, because same thing. Ask intuition, is it best to eat this, yes or no? If I don't ask and I make that mistake, I could die or poison myself or get sick, but you have to make sure to ask every time.
David boy, open your ears. Experts are saying to study the plant life so you know if it's safe to eat or not. No asking required. Safe plants aren't going to all of a sudden kill you because you didn't ask. You won't need to ask if you know it's not going to kill you. I hope that Raphael manages to escape from David's grasp and can leave, because David's going to get her killed, or worse, pregnant. But we haven't gotten to the best part yet. Let's see how long the experts give David to live.
Your total score is 45 out of 100. You have 3 months initial survival time.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Did you just say 3 months? Oh my god. The experts had a stroke too. Let's go back and see why 3 months is oddly a long amount of time. David brought no gear with him. No shoes, no food, no medicine, absolutely nothing besides the clothes on his back. Decides to paddle 15 miles before getting to higher altitude during a tsunami warning. Thinks he can drink his own urine. Doesn't boil water. Doesn't know what plants he can or can't eat, and asks for permission from Mother Nature if he's allowed to eat the plants. Is hiking a trailless trail nearly straight up where he himself said he could easily die. And these experts give him 3 months. It seems like they have also lost their minds as much as David has. Because me, I give him 1 day. But it doesn't just end there. They allow the people to say what they think about how long the experts gave them. And oh boy, David might not just be delusional. He might have delusions of grandeur.
Well, a wise man is not moved by the good opinion of others. I've been surviving for 40 solid years in adverse conditions, harsh conditions, and I've been bucking the odds all my life, and it just makes it more challenging and rewarding to prove the experts wrong as usual.
Proving the experts wrong for 40 years of adverse conditions. David, out of all the generations that came before you, you have had it the easiest. You're delusional, and what you think are these visions you have are just a side effect of your low IQ. But apparently he's actually managed to listen a little bit, because now he has a tarp, a lighter, some rope, but still no shoes. So while he might have listened, not very well. But the most important thing to come out of this update vlog that he has provided is that Raphael is nowhere in sight. She's managed to escape. But David did what any man usually does when a woman leaves them. He got a dog. That poor dog. Now, I'm not the only one that has opinions on David or even this episode in general. I asked the lovely people that became a member of this channel to give me their thoughts on this episode. So now, let me introduce to you future Tyler so he can read them off. Thanks, past Tyler. Just wanted to say that National Geographic has copyright claimed this video. Apparently, Nat Geo doesn't understand that I'm criticizing the individuals in the show and commenting on the nature of the show itself, which makes it transformative, meaning that it falls under fair use. Or it was just automatically claimed. Either way, I disputed it, but whatever. Let's read some comments. Bug out, more like bug out on drugs. I think he's confusing his healing crystals with meth. I swear, that bottle of urine looks like it would fail a drug test. His pee is so yellow that it could be used to color in the demonetization symbol on this video. More importantly, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Just hoping that National Geographic can wipe off David's piss from my monetization. Did anyone else gag after seeing David drinking a bottle of his own piss? Before I uploaded this video, I showed my grandma and she told me to turn it off because it almost made her throw up. That's how I knew it was golden. Just like David's piss. P.S. Love the vids. Thank you very much. I think nature is trying to put this dude into an early grave. One can only dream. Imagine the blast of piss breath Raphael got when David hugged her after they reached the summit. Oh, she's been getting blasted the whole trip up. That's how they reached the summit, with meth-infused piss breath. Okay, but have you drank your own urine? My own? No. Let's get some appreciation in the comments for Tyler. He be on that grind getting these vids out. Also, pat yourself on the back if you made it this far. That's right, you should. Pat yourself on the back and thank you. I appreciate it. Join the Discord or I will be big sad. Boys, support boys. So join the Discord so Dr. Boy doesn't get big sad. The links are in the description. And I would also just like to thank Kakadper, Joshua Agniti, Dr. Boy, and Daniel Lee Hartung Jr., as well as everybody else that became a member on this channel. If you want to have early access to my new videos like the next one, Are Airports Good in a Zombie Apocalypse, and have your comments read at the end of the video just like this one, then consider becoming a member by beating the shit out of that join button. It's going to help me out a lot since Nat Geo pissed in my Kool-Aid. Or you could just like this video and consider sharing it on places like Twitter or Reddit. YouTube ain't gonna push this video as much since I've been gulagged, so the support is appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching, and recommend me another Doomsday Prepper in the comments section so I can shit on them in another episode. I don't know what to call this series yet. I'm thinking Doomsday Poopers, but we'll see. I will be live streaming Monday, so look forward to that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Hey, Nat Geo, release the claim. Hashtag
ZMZreloaded.